really knows what they're doing. Owen's finest, Tommy, Tiernan.
Thank you very much. I have a special, I don't know if you can see it, a special microphone. Just there. The most expensive microphone in the world. The reason it's so expensive is because the man in the shop said, Tommy, the reason it's so expensive is because it's fucking invisible. I don't even know how many of them I have in stock. There's just a space. Am I holding one now? I don't even know. Thank you very much for inviting me to your festival. A big fan of festivals. I like Christmas. A lot of people give out about Christmas. They say Christmas is too commercial. They say it's not supposed to be commercial. They say it's supposed to be about the love of the baby Jesus in your heart for all the people. Wrong! Christmas was always commercial. The very first Christmas was commercial. The baby Jesus was only born and the three wise men burst into the stable. I got you this. I didn't have time to wrap it. And I know it's Christmas and your birthday, but I hope you like it. My favourite festival of all time is Lent. Why? Because it's hard. We need hard stuff. We need an austere time. Lent is an opportunity to head off into the wilderness. 40 days and 40 nights in the middle of nowhere. Trying to connect with yourself. That's what Jesus did. He went off into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights thinking. And he gave up sweets as well. Judas was there with a big packet of lemon bonbons. You could do it too. You could just head off for 40 days every year into the wilderness. Try to get away from all the machines and the people. Try to connect with the planet that's having you. Sleep in the trees. Swim in the rivers. Talk to the badgers. I'm a man. You're a badger. What do you know? Look me in the eyes. I tell you, there'd be a hard push to put a stop to you when you came back from that. You'd be irrepressible. That type of energy is incredible. You'd come back, you'd kick the door of the office down. You'd be standing there, in the nude. Or covered in twigs. There's going to be a few changes round here. Meet the badger. Jesus went off into the desert, of course. He was visited by somebody in the desert, wasn't he? He was visited by the devil. This is according to Jesus. Seemingly the devil wanted to tempt Jesus. The devil wanted to make Jesus evil. Evil Jesus. He wanted to impress Jesus with how cool it would be to be bad. So he probably arrived in a big jeep. Hopped out dressed like Michael Flatley. He was Mr. Rock and Roll. Been around for a long, long time, like a man, high. Pleased to meet you. I hope you guess my name. Woo-hoo. And the devil said, come over to my side. I'll make you king of the world. And Jesus replied, ha 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 ha. What care I for the kingdoms of the world when I have a kingdom of love in my heart? And the devil vomited. Blah! So the devil said to Jesus, Jesus, come over to my side. Come over to my side. I'll give you all the money in the world. And Jesus replied, ha 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 ha, because he didn't know what to say. And then he thought of an answer. It wasn't a very good one, but he said it anyway. He said, what care I? He was Daddy Shakespeare. What care I for all the money in the world when I have no pockets? The money would just be rolling all over me legs. I'd look stupid. Jesus made it. A lot of what Jesus says doesn't make sense, though, when you think about it. Love your neighbour as you love yourself. What if you suffer from really low self-esteem? Leaning over the hedge. Fuck you! Fuck the two of us! It's very hard to get good information on Jesus, you know. A lot of people were giving out about the movie The Passion of the Christ. They were saying it was anti-Semitic, saying that it somehow insinuated that it was the Jews that killed Jesus. Well, it wasn't the Mexicans. I must have missed that bit of the Bible. Where you think I'm going? You like my sister? Andale, 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 andale. I actually think that being Irish is a lot like being Jewish. I think we're like the Jews, but not as focused. You know, they haven't taken to the drink the same way we have. We're like loony Jews. You spend your life looking for good experiences, don't you? Especially a good non-economic experience. I like going to Mass, because Mass offers the prospect of something joyous like that. Most Masses these days are terrible, because most priests are terrible. What kind of a priest do you want? You want a good moral leader, someone you can trust. You do. You want somebody who looks as if the decisions he's made in his life have had some consequences on his face. You don't want your priest to look like a bank manager. You want your priest to look like John the Baptist, a wild-looking heretic, an outlaw, someone who'd come into town once a week on the back of a donkey, covered in locusts, sucking honey from a bee's arse. I've been to Mass everywhere. I've been to Mass in Australia. What a disappointment. Australia has a reputation for being a wild, rugged country. The priest there was terrible. He was an old woman of a man. Hair brushed over to one side. Nothing out of place, not an eyeball. And he walks out into the church and says, hello, you're all most welcome to St. Cuthbert's Church today. We're going to be reading from the Gospel according to St. Luke. I like Luke. Jesus went for a walk and he came to a tree, and up in the tree he saw Zebedee, and he said to Zebedee, Zebedee, come down from the tree. And Zebedee replied, Jesus Christ, I'm not coming down from the tree. That's the gospel. According to St. Luke. I like Luke. But it's rubbish. You couldn't hang your coat on that, never mind your soul. We used to grow priests in Ireland. We used to grow them from bits of people that we didn't like. But we overplanted. We had an epidemic. We were flooded with them. So, we tried to engage the rest of the world in a priest for potato swap. And we were conned by the Africans. Bastards! Took all our priests, not a potato between them. Pagan, spudless fuckers. Our priests went over to Africa, and what happened? What do you think happened? They melted. And now we've run out of priests in Ireland. There's none left. And irony of ironies, what's happening? Missionaries from Africa coming to us. And at first the congregation is a little bit wary. No way! Are you the fella off the UNICEF box, are you? Jesus wasn't black. No, he wasn't. He looked like one of the Bee Gees. The sick fella. I like it. Because I think Mass given by an African priest is slightly more passionate. It might rise us up once again. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Jesus went for a walk. He wanted to get away from everybody. He does not have to explain himself. He is Jesus. He was walking along, minding his own business. And he came to a tree, a big tree. Right in the middle of the walk. And up in the tree. Oh! He saw Zebedee, the tax collecting cunt. And he said to Zebedee, Zebedee, don't be wasting my time. Come and go from the tree. And Zebedee replied, Jesus Christ, I will not come down from the tree because he was a stubborn fucker. That is the gospel according to St. Luke. I don't like Luke.